What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. I need all my Wiiu widows, all my ponies, all my Xbox to put down your sticks and your stones, your switchblades, your pistols, slingshots. Put on all your weapons, alright? I need you guys to meet me inside the church. We about to have real gamer talk. So I need all the kids to stay out in the yard. I need only mature and adults right now inside the congregation. Pastor Johnson's about to give you guys this sermon. Real talk. Let's have some serious talk right here. Just hear me out. I think this 8th generation will go down probably being the worst generation in gaming history. And the reason why I say that is because never in the history of gaming, the shit that's going on right now, never happened before. What do you mean, Next Gen? When I got me an Xbox 360, if I wanted to play, if THQ was making a new game called Saints Row, I know that I had to get me a 360 to play that game. That game wasn't coming out on the PS2. The game wasn't coming out on the original Xbox or the GameCube. You understand what I'm saying? When DOA 4 came out, I know that I had to get me a 360 to play that. Perfect Dark or Cameo, I know that I had to get me a next generation console to play that. Condemned 1, I know that I had to get me a 360 to play that. Condemned 2, I know that I had to have me a PS3 or a 360 to play that. You understand what I'm saying? Prey, another unique exclusive. Quake, I know that I had to get me a quote unquote a next generation console to play those games right there I named. But this generation, no, I don't. Look at Mortal Kombat. How many of you guys out there are psyched for Mortal Kombat? Right? Do you guys know how great that game could have been if they didn't have to put that game on last generation consoles? Because I don't even if you say, well, there's two separate developers making that game. You're absolutely right. Listen to this. Both the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC are DirectX 11 equivalent or higher, right? Last generation consoles are DirectX 9. So like I said, no matter how far they want to push the game, that game still had to be made with the same parameters of DirectX 9 so it can run on that, on last generation consoles. So guess what? Last generation are really holding back the PS4 and the Xbox One and PC. It is. It's the truth. Never in the history of gaming, the shit that's going on right now, you know what I mean? Like, what was the purpose of me going out to stand in line at midnight to buy my Xbox or my PlayStation 4 if I can get the same games on the PS3 and the 360? Think about that. This generation's been going on since 2013. It's now 2015. There's not one really must-have next generation game like, ooh, like that is next gen right there. There isn't. I'm not saying that there may not have been some good games that came out this generation. I'm not saying that. But what are you guys are playing right now? Let's look at what you're playing right now in your top 3 games. And I guarantee you 100% that game right there is also on the 360 and the PS3. The best thing about this next generation, so-called the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I'm gonna be honest, are these consoles features. It's not the games, are these features. You know what I mean? That's the best thing about these next generation consoles. It's the truth. And like I said, I love the fact that my console can do more than just gaming. But where are these next generation games? Like I said, this generation's been going on for two years now. There should be and I'm not, I know some people may just got their 360 or their PS3, but there are back catalog of games that they can go to and enjoy. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not even so much like I say the remasters. say fine, if they're going to they're going to fill a void for gaps for a new game to come out. That is your choice if you want to buy them or not. But all that cross development needs to stop. There was no need for Destiny to be on the 360 and the PS3. For what? There's no need for Mortal Kombat to be on the PS3 and the 360. For what? There's no need for Rise of the Tomb Raider to be on the 360. There was no need for Titanfall to be on the 360. We're buying these next generation consoles for, what's the purpose of buying these next generation consoles if I can get 90% of the same games on last generation systems? Just think about that. We went out and spent and bought these consoles to enjoy the same games that we could still be playing on the PS3 and 360. Think about that. We went out and bought these next generation consoles. They want to enjoy the same shit as not saying that we're higher class of gamers than they are or anything like that, but this is being real. I bought these new consoles so I can get some next generation experience. Some new games that I couldn't experience on the 360 and the PS3. Forza Horizon 2, much as I love that game should have been on the 360. Like, come on, man. Think about that. What you guys right now, think about what you're playing. What's in your top 3 or top 5? And tell me that game right now is not on the 360 or the PS3. What's going on, gamers? We arguing about resolutions and pixels and frames. Fuck all that. Let's argue about these games. Last generation needs to die. Well, I don't care. You know what? It's not even so much. They still want to, and I'm not, what's in someone's pocket. But if they're going to make games, just make games for them then, and give us our own games. That's all that I'm saying. Fine. When I go out and buy Mortal Kombat, like, damn, like, why is that game coming to the 360 and the PS3 for what? If you want people to go out and buy your next generation console, you have to give them an incentive to. Like, come on, man. Like, this being real. Assassin's Creed don't need to be on the 360 and the PS3 anymore. It doesn't. People, this may be the worst generation ever in gaming. I'm telling you, we never had this when it went from the NES to the Super NES. That was it. NES died off. You know what I mean? We went from the Sega Master System to the Sega Genesis. The Sega Master System died off, and then from the Genesis into the well, I'm not gonna count the 32X and all that shit, but from the Genesis into the Sega Saturn. You understand what I'm saying? Then from the Sega Saturn to the Dreamcast. From the PS1 to the PS2, guess what? The PS1 died off. And then from the PS2 to the PS3, guess what? The PS2 died off. And I'm not talking about sports titles because it is what it is. But there's no reason why Call of Duty should be, whatever Call of Duty is coming out, should be on the 360 and the PS3. That shit needs to stop. It does, man. Well, even if they get their own Call of Duty, let it be let have their own separate entity. Like, all that cross-generation development needs to stop, man. It's really holding this generation back. Because I don't care how pretty you might think that game looks, it still had to meet with the parameters of DirectX 9. You understand what I'm saying? It's two different teams, it doesn't make a difference. The PS4, Xbox One piece, or DirectX 11 equivalent or higher. Last generation, DX9. Think about that. Rise of Tomb Raider. Why is that coming to the 360? Could you imagine how pretty Rise of Tomb Raider would be if it was just on next generation only? Can you imagine? I know it's probably going to PC also, but could you just imagine if that was just the Xbox One in PC? Like, I'm telling you, man, I'm really starting to lose faith in all these companies, man. I'm telling you, E3 better really wow me, knock my socks off, man. This is crazy. I'm gonna tell you something. When Epic showed the Samaritan demo, I was more excited for that tech demo than I was for anything that's going on right now in these next generation consoles. You know why? Because when I seen that tech demo, I knew that that couldn't be done on my 360 or my PS3. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's few and far between The Witcher 3. I'm excited for that game. You know why? Because I know that game can't be done on previous gen. I feel like makes my purchase validated like it does, man. Or Batman Arkham, like I know that that can't be done on the PS3, the 360, or even the Wii U. See, I'm just getting some of this bug, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I feel good about buying that. Just being honest, man. This is your boy Next Gen 720. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you feel? I'm telling you right now, this may be the worst generation ever in gaming, man. We gotta do something, gamers. We're gonna have to do something, man. It's going on 2 years, and we ain't got not one must-have title. Not even one. Why? Because 99.9% of our library, we can still buy on the 360 and the PS3. It's real talk. This is your boy Next Gen 720. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, man. Wake up, people.